Got a bunch of alder wood locally here. 25 cents a plank. Technically, it's hardwood. So practice some dovetails, and I got a bunch. So I'm trying to just store it in a way that I can access it. I dropped this bitch about 4.5 inches today because it was like up to here, which is just awkward to reach over. So I made it the same height as this, which is a table saw top. And I gotta fix my camera, but there's no tabletop in the corner there that I built out. First time on the streams. I don't know how they do the camera yet. There we go. Table saw. Corner one, turns out water barrels are the right height for a workstation. I installed some LEDs, low voltage, underneath the cabinet, which is given to me by family. A lot of estate sale finds, like this table saw I'll use in a minute. $37. It's crazy at an estate sale. Had to machine some parts for it to get it to fit in this small little shed in my backyard, which is now a workshop. But got some cuts I'll make here in a minute as soon as I clean off the table saw, which is this mess here. I bought some big old long hardware pieces, like $30 a piece. This one again. This is walnut, which is awesome. Cherry wood here, a big old piece of cherry. Another darker, huge piece of walnut. Like, these are on the discount rack. Down to like almost half price. They're still at $25 a board. $20 a board. And this here is a 2x6 of red oak. So it's a heck of a board. And it's very pretty, especially stained up. That's going to look really nice. But I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I got to figure out where to put them in this tiny shop. I installed this French cleat, which is a thing where like you cut a board against the wall at a 45, and you put a piece that fits into it so that they secure, and you can hang stuff on the wall like that. But I found the previous homeowner here had put a bunch of hardwood flooring pieces, and I found those and they interlock to each other, so I have those on the wall, and then I mount the mating pair of that to the back of something I want to hang, and then I have like a hardwood floor interlocking French cleat system, which is nice. Use what you got. It's free. It's already here. Or I guess it was the price of the house. Not free, but you know, however you look at it. Made this mallet the other day. It's pretty awesome. Matches this guy here, which is a marking tool. So it turns out doing a live stream, you have to ask YouTube, and then there's like a 24-hour wait period, and then they let you on. So I was going to do this last night, but it made me wait, so I just kept going, and now we're today. And I have no idea how to get more viewers, but thanks to you, I have one. Here. I don't know how to change my like camera aspect ratio. I don't know if that's just a different camera. So Harbor Freight find today. These are little rollers, 5/8 inch rollers that I'm going to attach on the bottom of some boards. I'm going to cut this apart so that they each have their own. And that's going to go on the bottom of a bin that I got at a different estate sale like 3 years ago. Scrap wood bin, super lightweight plywood. And so we'll attach 4 of those little mini casters, not quite full wheels and all that, but they're little ball bearing casters. So that'll roll around. I can throw most of this junk wood in it, so that I have that. And as I was organizing it, I found a bunch of scrap wood in there. All these little pieces, I just tell my kid she can play with them. I'm like, here you go. What do you want to make? So you're supposed to paint it today, but she made a house. So she picked a couple pieces, did some glue. I followed up with some super glue so it was done faster. Go get some acrylic paint and paint it this weekend, I'm sure. She helped me paint the door too. That's all her design. So she wanted a beach scene. And I was toying with things that I can actually produce for other people. And this here I came up with is a little phone stand like this here. So it's got some sapele wood, I think. It's like a dark mahogany. There's that there. So just something tiny to hold my phone. Oh yeah, I just built, let me see where you can see. I just built a little roller cart, like I mentioned, with those ball bearing casters. Get this here. I got a planer which levels the board out. It'll take off high spots and low spots, or it'll level it out, square it up. It's heavy, so I wanted to store it. So this is those little ball bearing casters on the bottom of a board, so that I can just get the put some 3-in-1 lubricating oil on that, so that I can just throw this on the ground like a skateboard, but it goes in all directions. And this thing's a planer. I don't know how heavy this is. It's 60 pounds maybe. It's 50 pounds. And it's just like a big old hunk of iron. Really useful for taking boards, like all that alder wood that I got. You buy wood at like Home Depot, it's surfaced on all 4 sides or whatever, and it's kind of finished and done. But if you buy raw wood, it has like an unfinished edge here. That's just rough cut, but this side is kind of smoother. If you want your wood just a different thickness so that you can make a different project, you can put it in the planer, shave away some of that side, shave away some of that side, and then, table saw for these dimensions, and then you can have whatever size you want for whatever project you want. And I got a router. You can do dovetails and other types of connection, which is kind of fun. I want to play with that sometime. Mess with like different ways to connect the boards and jointery. I used to make the boards stick together without nails. I don't know, kind of figuring it all out. It's definitely not my trade. It's just hobby stuff. These milk crate things, got them at a local place called Bymar. It's kind of like a little local discount clip store. But I wanted this table to be lower than it was. Again, it was like 41 inches, just awkward. So I dropped it down to 37, but I wanted to make sure these things fit under here so I can store stuff like the screws organizers and smaller stuff. And then just kick it back under. And router pieces and a nail gun and stuff. But back over here, I saw an idea in YouTube and all the time, so that's why I'm kind of on this format now. There's one guy, I can't remember which channel it was, but he made covers for boxed wine. So we had one of these, and I might like try to build something pretty so that for the red wines that you'd leave out of the fridge and put on your counter, maybe somebody would want to buy something like that would just put a wooden facade on this, and you can still use it. And it just looked better than a piece, than a boxed wine sitting on your countertop. Get into the table saw here. So this is, let's show you the human centipede of a shop vac system that I have. Is the audio coming across all right there? Yeah. Plus the human centipede vacuum, because my dust chamber intermediate collapsed or imploded. I had a spare shop vac, so I connected this shop vac to that shop vac. And the intermediate one doesn't have any motor or filter or anything in it. It's just a chamber for the dust to settle out in before it goes to the nicer one. So thanks, bud. Good idea. Get this. All right, we'll get to the table saw. I think these are oak pieces. It's pretty cool. That's just for trying to keep things sorted. Underneath the camera is just a metal rack storage kind of thing. Got my camping kit on it. But a couple of cool things that might someday become something cool. This piece here, I don't know what it's going to be, but I just grabbed it because it was like $1 and in the scraps bin at a local hardwood place. And then similarly, it's Sapporo wood. This is heavy, this is dense, but this is a type of mahogany, I think, which is just beautiful, like dark. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna make out of it, but got these two pieces that are just, I think it's the same wood that became the outer edge of the mallet. So I think once you polish it up, it becomes this, which I love this because it has like this tiger's eye effect to the finish, the sheen. Not quite the sheen, but like its depth of it is really cool. It's not just like a flat wood finish or like a stain. It's like bringing out the natural wood. But either way, make something out of this sometime. Don't know what. I think the since these alderwood little pieces are like literally a quarter a piece, and I can plane them down to be thinner. I can make them, boxed depth, like a 3/8 of an inch or a quarter of an inch, and then dovetail that, and then have a really pretty piece be the lid, like one of those Sephora wood or the walnuts. I don't know, just ideas. All right, so we've got the table saw almost out. It is the next thing to pull. So I just built this workstation top over. Let's see what all my camera angle options are. Let's put it on the vise. That's right. So you can see it's a table saw underneath that board. Actually, a really cool thing that I made was a filter box, and it fits in the space behind the table saw. So here's the table saw. I built that little board top. But if you look back in there, there's two filter panels, and they're actually two filter panels duct taped to each other left and right, but there's also two layers of filter panels. A little more coarse one that I can replace more often or just vacuum out, and then a higher quality filter behind that. And I built this box out the shelf holding some of my holding some of the table saw equipment. $5 inline centrifugal fan, probably from some weed operation that was shut down. And then the output dryer vent material. So I can just point the output of that wherever I want to, mainly trying to keep the airflow going downwards to the floor so that the filter processes it, and then clean air comes up at face level, and then also keeps kind of a current of air moving along there. Now you can see the French cleats on this side. Hardwood floor French cleats. So then, I added all this wiring too. I added 10 more outlets. The only outlets were on this wall behind me on this workbench here. Those two you see, and one more. And so I got up here and I wired this one here. GSCI goes over to a 2-gang outlet, then comes behind the wall down to another 2-gang outlet there. And then these lights over my head here, there's an outlet right over them. So we just got a lot more places to plug things in. And then I got the Harbor Freight, like, super mega long power strip. So I got to figure out where to put that, where I'm going to need it. But we got options, plugging things in. All right, pull this off. I got little stoppers on it so I can use this as a little project table. Take that there, and then we have table saw. Lay it up. This guy. And I've been coughing like crazy because of dust. So I'm gonna find a mask here real quick. Toss that on, and some eye protection, of course. I'm gonna turn the saw on. I don't know if it's gonna modulate the sound downwards don't know if it's going to modulate the sound downwards for you or if it's just going to be crazy loud. I kind of want to just try it. Let me know if it's too loud, because I can click mute on the screen and drop out the sound coming from the room here. So I'll turn the table saw on, make a cut. Let me know how loud it is for you. If it's too loud, I'll just mute it if I do a cut. Okay, so this thing here, the wood floor, the oak floor stuff, there's something called paste wax, which I use to finish up the mallet. It's something that Rex Kruger recommended from his like easy stuff. Premium paste wax. So if you have like a squeaky wooden drawer that's like wood on wood, that's just making that shrill squeak and just not sliding like it should. This has no wheels on it. This is just hardwood oak floors just sliding against each other. Along that channel, I put that wax down in there. It just slides beautifully. So, got a couple of things there. I'll show you what these are for. And go. The organization that I'm building will help the clutter problem. I'm going to make some fridge cleat hangers for the hammers and for the router bits, screwdriver bits. This is a jar of sawdust. So if you ever got to fill something, this is cedar. I figure I'll collect different hardwoods and stuff. So you can put super glue or wood glue plus some dust of whatever species of wood that you want. And then that'll match the tone or contrast the tone of the wood that you're filling a little, maybe a screw hole or something, so you don't have to see that. Here. Fun stuff. Go back to the box. Alright, scrap wood box, got it at an estate sale. It needs wheels, otherwise it doesn't go anywhere, and then it gets put someplace and never really gets, it just gets in the way. Alright, so these blocks, I think I'm going to screw these blocks on from the inside, just like hammer. All right, see you, bud. I don't have any double stick tape, so we're going to make some old duct tape. Slap it on there. This will just stay in here permanently, I think. I'll put this here so when I flip it over, I can just send screws through the inside without worrying about the alignment. feel like these just give it more surface area because it's a really thin bottom board. It's like a 3-ply plywood. It's really thin. It's like a toy box almost. So I give these wheels a little more something to push against so that they don't push through. I want to use wood glue because I want it to be adjustable or removable later if I change, if I learn something more and change my approach. So I can get Amazon special multi-pack zinc wood screws. They're on sale the other day, so grab some. See what depth we want for the bottom of this drawer, plus getting some bite into that plywood. There's 3/4 inches. If you want maybe a 1 inch, that should do it. And drill bit. Let's see if I can reach this. It fell off. And luckily I have a encapsulating bit driver. So it'll hold the screw, be a magnet and sleeve, so it doesn't fly away while we're doing this. And Doug.